Welcome back everyone, this is GTA Failer, and the idea for this video comes from YouTuber SoftCactus0147, who writes, "It would be cool to see you get max wanted level with each gun. Bit repetitive, I know, but I bet some guns would be an interesting challenge." That sounds like a lot of fun, so thank you for the suggestion, Soft Cactus. My goal in this video is to go from 0 wanted stars to 6 wanted stars for each weapon type. I'm not going to do this challenge for every single weapon. Doing the challenge with the sniper rifle, for example, would be really similar to doing the challenge with the 308 sniper. So I'm just going to pick one sniper and largely just kind of one of each weapon type. There will be a couple weapon types that I decide to do more than one of just because I think it'll be fun, but mostly just one weapon from each type. I'll work my way up from the most powerful weapons down to the least powerful weapons, so the challenge will generally get tougher as the video progresses. I'm using my post 100% save file here, which comes with several benefits. First, your health and armor max out at 200 each once you complete the game at 100%. I'll be starting not at 400 health, but actually 425 health, since I got an extra 25 HP by using the prostitution mechanic off video. So 425, that's what I have to work with, and I'm going to add a restriction here that during each attempt, I'm not going to refill my armor, I'm not going to refill my health. 425, and that's it. If it goes to 0, then I have failed the challenge and I'll try it again. Another benefit to using this 100% save file is that I have infinite ammo with all weapons, so I'll never run out of ammo. I don't know if I'll be able to get to 6 stars with every weapon. Surviving long enough to get to max wanted stars will prove very difficult for the weaker weapons. I'm not going to show you my fails on these attempts, but trust me when I say I died a lot in recording footage for this episode, but it was still a lot of fun to record footage for this episode. For any weapon that I'm unable to get 6 stars on, even after lots of fails, I'll just show you my single best attempt, meaning the one where I got the most wanted stars, even though I died before getting to 6 wanted stars. At the start of this video, I went through the metal detector at the airport in order to lose all of my weapons. For each attempt here, the only weapon I will have on me will be the weapon that I'm actively using to pass the challenge. We're starting off with the minigun, the weapon that I think will be easiest to pass this challenge with. My favorite weapon in the game. It just melts everything it touches, and there we are, 6 stars. And I'm just going to cut right there. I don't need to survive getting back to the safe house or anything. I just need to survive until that 6th star is lit up. Okay, I mentioned I'm largely just going to do one weapon from each type. The flamethrower is another heavy weapon, but come on, it's a lot of fun to use a flamethrower, so we're going to give this a shot. You'll notice that for the minigun, I stayed out here on the street the entire time, which is kind of dangerous. It's kind of a dangerous place to be when all the police are after me, and they're after me with good reason for all the bad stuff I did in that last attempt. I'm not going to be able to just run and gun out in the street for many other weapons, maybe not for any other weapon, honestly. Even though I've got 425 health, it can get shredded pretty quick once the soldiers and military come out with, say, 4 stars and 5 stars. So for every other weapon, I think you're going to see me doing what I'm doing right here, which is to duck behind a wall when I think things are getting sketchy. Now, I mean, I haven't lost any hit points yet, but this wall right here provides me with a lot of protection and provides the police on the other side of this wall with no protection. So definitely going to be taking advantage of the fact that not just for the flamethrower, but for some like physical weapons too, where you can like whack somebody through a wall and you can be safe, but for some reason your melee weapon hits on the other side of the wall. We've seen that. Sometimes you can even kick through a wall if the wall is thin enough. Okay, so we're up to 4 wanted stars here, just trying to get some police to show up. I need more raw materials to work with so I can get more wanted attention. Okay, still doing pretty well with the health. One thing you're going to see me doing during these attempts is run back and forth a lot, even if it seems like I'm not in trouble because there's no police or military right next to me. But as soon as the police helicopter starts shooting at me, well, that guy can melt my health pretty quick too. And so once I start getting shot at, I generally just run to hopefully another place that's safe, and just get the helicopter off my back for a few seconds, and then once they get on top of me again and start shooting at me again, then I run a little bit more and just repeat, just trying to stay out of harm's way with that helicopter whenever it's nearby. Okay, so helicopter is shooting at me. We're at 5 wanted stars, getting close to 6. This standing up on the top of this hill provides me very little coverage. I need to get off the hill so that there's more wall. There we go. Oh, that little dip is perfect. Okay, and I think we're just about done with the flamethrower challenge. There it is, 6 wanted stars. Next up is the rocket launcher. I know, it's our third heavy weapon, and I said I was largely just doing one weapon from each weapon type, but the heavy weapons are the best, and how could you not love the rocket launcher? Oh, hell yeah. Okay, so while we watch me blast everything that moves with the rocket launcher, let's go ahead and read from the wiki about the rocket launcher. The rocket launcher, or RPG, which stands for Rocket Propelled Grenade, is a heavy weapon featured in every GTA game, being the most basic explosive weapon in the series. In GTA 5, it's manufactured by Shrewsbury. In GTA 3, the rocket launcher was modeled after an M72 LAW, LAW standing for Light Anti-Tank Weapon, with some aesthetic differences. But here in Vice City, and also in San Andreas and Liberty City Stories, the rocket launcher is a Russian RPG-7 portable anti-tank rocket launcher. Here in the 3D universe, the rocket launcher proves its effectiveness at destroying heavy targets, and it's also able to take out pursuing police helicopters when you have wanted levels. Its heavy weight causes the protagonist to be slowed to a jogging pace, so you can't sprint. You also can't jump in any of the games while you're holding the rocket launcher, except in Liberty City Stories and onwards. The rocket's very accurate, always traveling right to where the aiming sight is placed. Much like in the 2D universe, the rocket launcher cannot destroy a Rhino tank instantly. Moving on to the trivia section about the rocket launcher here in the wiki, the rocket launcher and the pistol are the only weapons to appear in every GTA game. Contrary to their depiction in the series, modern rocket launchers, like real-life rocket launchers, cannot be used to hurt yourself by firing them at the ground. Whereas here, if I'm too close to an explosion from my rocket launcher, I get really hurt. This occurs due to most rockets being outfitted with a timer fuse, a safety measure that renders the main warhead unable to explode until a rocket has been airborne for a certain period of time. In real life, rocket launchers such as the RPG and the LAW should not be fired from confined spaces or when there's an obstacle to the rear. This is because these rockets are not soft launch capable, meaning they produce a large backblast when launching their projectiles. If this happens in a confined space or when there's an obstacle to the rear, the blast, smoke, and concussion can seriously harm or even kill the user when it ricochets off of the obstacle. In reality, such weapons require approximately 150 feet of clear space to the rear in order to be fired safely. In Vice City, continuously firing the RPG while you have the fast reload upgrade and swinging the weapon will sometimes cause a rocket to detonate by making contact with the launch tube, injuring the player. I guess that means that if you fire the rocket while you are swinging it around and then fire the next rocket, like maybe one of those rockets hits the tube, hits the rocket launcher itself, and therefore detonates right in your face. In Vice City, Liberty City Stories, and Vice City Stories, the rockets fired disappear after traveling a certain distance, unlike other games where they self-detonate after traveling a certain distance. So we passed with the rocket launcher. That was a heck of a lot of fun, and we move on to finally a new weapon type, not a heavy weapon. So now we're doing our one weapon in the sniper rifle section. I mentioned that there's 2 sniper rifles in the game. One of them is just called the 308 sniper. The other one is called the sniper rifle. We're using the 308 sniper here, also known as the combat sniper. Reading from the wiki, the combat sniper is a semi-automatic sniper rifle featured in Vice City, Liberty City Stories, Vice City Stories, GTA 4, and its episodes. In Vice City and Liberty City Stories, the combat sniper is based on the Heckler & Koch SR9T. The rifle is labeled as the PSG-1 only in the PS2 version of Vice City. All other versions, like this one here, I'm playing the Steam version, label it the 308 Sniper. And in Liberty City Stories, it's got yet another name. In later versions of Vice City, the model features a suppressor which serves no purpose other than aesthetics. In the 3D universe, the rifle is equipped with both a telescopic sight and a red laser point sight, seen when moving the aiming to a side. The laser point sight will leave a trace of red color. The 308 Sniper has a 7-round magazine allowing for brief, rapid firing in contrast to the bolt-action mechanism of the regular sniper rifle. In Vice City, this gun here is one of the most powerful weapons in the game. A full magazine will easily set any unarmored vehicles on fire. Moving on to the trivia section, I have no idea what this first thing represents, but if you happen to be a gun nut, I guess you'll understand this better than I. Part of the name 308 Sniper suggests that the rifle uses 308 Winchester cartridges. However, both the H&K SR9T and the PSG-1 are restricted to using the 7.62 by 51mm NATO cartridges. However, this could be due to the developers not knowing the minute differences between the two calibers. While we wrap up our attempt here with the combat sniper, let's go ahead and read from the wiki about the first gun we used in this video. The minigun is a recurring machine gun in the GTA franchise based on various US minigun models, appearing as a heavy weapon since its introduction in Vice City. In GTA 5, it is manufactured by Coil. In Vice City, San Andreas, and GTA Advance, renditions of the minigun are based on a man-portable version of the M134 minigun. The minigun has an incredible rate of fire and can annihilate most vehicles in nearly a second or less within a certain radius. Real miniguns are only designed to be mounted weapons, like mounted to a vehicle. A modified man-portable version would be extremely impractical and highly encumbering to be carried around in a gunfight. The M134, that's the real-life minigun that the Vice City minigun is based on, weighs 85 pounds by itself, not counting the immense amount of ammunition it requires. 65 pounds worth of ammunition for 20 seconds worth of firing. So we passed with our combat sniper, and now we're moving on to an assault rifle. There are two of them here in Vice City. There's the Ruger and the M4. Neither of these shows up over at the mansion, no matter how many packages you collect. So we're going to do this attempt right in front of Auntie Poulette's, and I chose the M4. Let's go back to finishing up reading about the minigun. In the files of Vice City and San Andreas, there is a minigun named, quote, Minigun 2. This is the part of the minigun that is spinning when being fired. Now let's read from the wiki about the weapon we're currently using. This is the M4. The carbine rifle, often known as the M16 or M4, is an assault rifle appearing in almost every GTA game since GTA 3. In each game, the weapon resembles a member of the M16 military rifle family. The Vice City rendition of the carbine rifle is modeled after a Colt Model 733, but with the front sight facing backwards. That probably isn't good, right? It is called M4 in-game, which is not only incorrect for the model, but is also anachronistic, as the M4 was not produced until 1991. Originally, the Vice City version of this gun was modeled after the longer-barreled Colt Model 723, but with the front sight facing the correct direction. The beta model can still be seen in the initial PS2 version of the game, as well as in the intro cutscene of the game, as well as in cutscenes for Rub Out and Keep Your Friends Close. The M4 in Vice City is a much less powerful rifle than its GTA 3 predecessor. Despite being still a one-shot kill in most occasions, it now features a slower rate of fire and a 30-round magazine. On the other hand, the recoil is also much lower this time around, making it more useful for precise shots. Like in GTA 3, it can also be aimed in first person. You won't see me do that here, but just like you can, well, you have to use first person to use the sniper rifle. You right-click, and then that gives you that kind of different window that you can zoom in and out. You can do the same thing here with the M4, although I find it quite jittery, like it's hard for me to control where I'm aiming when I try zooming in with the M4. The name carbine rifle, which is used in GTA 4 and 5, is a contradiction in terms, as carbine and rifle represent two mutually exclusive categories. A carbine is a firearm with a barrel length shorter than a rifle's or musket's, but longer than a pistol's. Yeah, I didn't realize how much this episode was going to appeal to gun nuts, so here you go for my gun nut fans. While we wrap up our M4 attempt, let's go ahead and read about the flamethrower, the second weapon we used in this video. Here's something from the Chinatown Wars description. When bullets, shells, and explosives won't get the job done, burn it down. Satan's own scalding hot shit stick, caliente. The flamethrower is a weapon that has appeared in every GTA game from the original GTA 1 to Vice City Stories, as well as reappearing in the standalone HD Universe game Chinatown Wars. The flamethrower was originally intended to appear in GTA 4, but was removed for unknown reasons. Much as its name says, the flamethrower is a mechanical device designed to project a long, controllable stream of fire. In all of its appearances, the flamethrower can be easily identified by its large fuel tank, a large barrel, and a small rod which contains the small flame. It's classified as a heavy weapon in all of its appearances. The renditions of the flamethrower after GTA 3 are not based on any known flamethrower design, so it's assumed that they are essentially homemade flamethrowers. However, their heat shield and a part of their barrel appear to have been based on those of the Browning M2HB machine gun. A flamethrower is one of only two weapons that can destroy a Rhino tank, the other being the Molotov cocktail. All right, so I think we're all caught up now on reading from the wiki about all the weapons we've used so far. Just about done here with this particular attempt. So up next is going to be the first weapon that I thought was going to be a real challenge. Like, I had confidence that I'd be able to get to 6 stars with a heavy weapon and with the sniper rifle and with an assault rifle. But now we're moving up to the submachine gun, and that is a much, much weaker weapon. This is the one that you use drive-bys. You use it for drive-bys. And, it takes several bullets from a submachine gun to kill somebody, unless I guess you hit him in the head. Maybe even then it still takes several. So anyway, much weaker, much tougher in terms of this challenge. So there are 4 options here in Vice City for submachine guns. There's the Tech 9, there's the Ingram Mac 10, which is called the Mac in some versions of Vice City, like maybe the PS2 version of Vice City. There's the Uzi 9mm, that's what it's called in my version, but in some other versions it's called the Uzi 1. And then finally there's the MP, which in the PS2 version is called the MP5. My first attempts with this challenge using the submachine gun were over by Avery's, like a little bit north of Avery's. There's a cul-de-sac, and there's a submachine gun pickup just off of that cul-de-sac behind one of the houses. And I died when I was trying to do this challenge with that submachine gun, died before I got to 6 stars. So I started doing attempts over here where you pick up the submachine gun ammo just underneath the Skumoli shack. This is my best attempt at it, so let me go ahead and read to you about this particular submachine gun ammo. This is the Uzi 9mm. Reading from the wiki, the Micro SMG is a submachine gun featured in every game in the series since GTA 3. I just realized now that SMG stands for submachine gun. I had no idea. I've been calling it an SMG for years. No idea it stood for submachine gun. It is known simply as the Uzi in GTA 3. In Vice City, it's called the Uzi 9mm on the PlayStation 2 original version, and the Uzi 1, or I guess the UZ1 on all other versions, and GTA Advance. In GTA 5 and GTA Online, it's manufactured by Shrewsbury. In Vice City, Liberty City Stories, and Vice City Stories, the Micro SMG appears as a full-size Uzi, complete with a stock and a large barrel handle on the lower side in front of the trigger grip, while in GTA 3 and GTA Advance, the weapon appears as a Micro Uzi with the folding stock removed. Vercetti gang members carry Micro SMGs after the end of the game's storyline. In this game, members of the SWAT and the Vice Squad all use Micro SMGs when they are dispatched, making them pretty dangerous when facing against a group of them, especially SWAT since they arrive in groups of 4. The Vice Squad I actually had to look up. The Vice Squad is the guys that come after you in the VCPD Cheetah once you have a 3-star wanted level or higher. The Vice City rendition is a full-sized Uzi, which means the player can only fire while in a stationary position. It holds 30 rounds and has a high rate of fire equal to that of the Mac 10. When compared to it, it deals a higher damage, same as GTA 3, at the expense of not allowing Tommy to run while firing, while the Mac 10 does allow Tommy to run while firing. The HUD of the Mac 10 suggests that the Micro Uzi was going to return in Vice City, but it was cut. So this attempt is going pretty well, better than my attempts over in that cul-de-sac by Avery's did. We've only lost 60 points, and we're up to a 4-star wanted level. I found this kind of nice hidey spot right behind the this kind of ramp-type structure, just trying to stay out of the way of the bullets from the helicopter. And I was shooting the helicopter a bunch. I still don't understand the mechanics of when you can shoot down the helicopter and when you can't. I know that the rocket launcher will take it down, and I guess other guns will take it down as long as you hit the helicopter enough times with enough bullets. That got me to 5 wanted stars. That's cool. But there was one shot I took with one of the weapons early in this video. It was, I think it might have been with the sniper rifle, and it took the helicopter down in one hit. And I've read, or maybe I've heard someplace that like you can take the helicopter down in one shot if you hit it like at the stem of the rotor blade, like the thing that's attached to the cabin of the helicopter itself. Like if there's like a magical spot, like a magical point of weakness up there. And so sometimes I aim at that and it works, and sometimes I aim at that and I hit it with 100 shots and it doesn't do anything. So I don't know. If you understand how you can take the helicopters down here in Vice City, let us know in the comments, but it is a mystery to me. Okay, but we've got the Micro SMG, the submachine gun challenge is done. Awesome. This will be our last weapon for this video, but we've got more weapons to try with this challenge. I think this is actually going to be a 3-part video series to tackle this challenge fully. So we're doing shotguns here. At the end of this video, I had 3 choices. In Vice City, you could use the pump action shotgun, or the stubby shotgun, or the one that I chose, which is the Spaz 12. Spaz 12 has 2 different spellings here, I guess, depending on which version of Vice City you're playing. It could be like the word S-P-A-Z, one word, Spaz 12, or it could be an initialism, S period P period A period S period. Slightly different spelling there. Spaz 12 either way. And let's go ahead and read from the wiki about the Spaz 12. The combat shotgun is a semi-automatic shotgun that appears in Vice City, San Andreas, Liberty City Stories, Vice City Stories, GTA 4, GTA Online. It's manufactured by Vom Feuer in GTA Online. The shotgun takes the form of a Franchi Spaz 12. The combat shotgun always features a stock, but only the Vice City Stories rendition has the stock extended. All renditions of this gun in all versions of the GTA games that this gun appears hold 7 shells in the magazine tube. The combat shotgun is fully automatic in Vice City. However, this feature was removed in later installments, presumably to balance the weapon. The gas-powered repeater system allows the weapon to destroy a vehicle quickly, since it usually surpasses the capabilities of any non-automatic shotguns. That automatic firing ability is actually why I chose the Spaz 12 for this challenge. I tried with one of the, let's say, I think it was the pump shotgun, where you have to pump after every single round. So there's like a 1-second delay between every bullet, every pair of bullets, whereas here you only have to reload, every 14 rounds. So much faster firing with the Spaz 12 than my other options. So I thought this would be the best one for the challenge. In most games, the combat shotgun has an unrealistic reload animation as the player character is seen pumping it. The charging handle located on the right side should be pulled instead, as the Spaz 12's pumping handle is locked when it is being used semi-automatically. In real life, the Spaz 12 is illegal to import to the US, but not to own, so it's likely that Ammunition sells it illegally. Also, the Spaz 12 only accepts 2 3/4-inch gauge shells, while in-game it shares the same ammo with other shotguns. There's also the glaring issue of the Spaz 12 being even sold in the US in the first place, as imports of the weapon were in a highly limited number, and they were only imported for a few years in the 90s, and as such, they are extremely expensive collector's items that are highly sought after and are nearly impossible to find today, with only a few floating around, almost all of them missing the folding stock and being rather worn out for decades of use. So I guess they're saying, like, Tommy wouldn't just go out and take this collectible weapon and try to pass some random challenge with it. But we've passed this challenge with every weapon we've attempted so far. Thank you so much again to SoftCactus0147 for the challenge. This was a lot of fun. And thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you real soon.